If the area of a rectangle is 84 square inches and the width of the rectangle is 5 units larger than the length, what is the width in inches of the rectangle? First thing you want to do is draw a rectangle. And you know that you're going to have the length and the width is 5 units larger than the length. So you're going to have a rectangle that has a length of x and a width of x plus 5 because it's 5 more than the length. So 5 more than x would be x plus 5. And the total area is 84. Now you have to solve for x. Before you can solve for x, you need to actually multiply the length and the width and set it equal to 84 because that is the area. So you have x times the quantity of x plus 5 equals 84. When you multiply these, you get x squared plus 5x equals 84. You can solve this in a couple different ways. You can put it in standard form and use the quadratic formula. You can put it in standard form and try to factor it, or you can leave it like this and complete the square and then solve it. We don't want to complete the square because our b is an odd number, so to take half of 5 and then you're going to end up dealing with fractions. So let's see if we can factor it. First thing we would have to do is move the 84 to the other side, and that would give us x squared plus 5x minus 84 equals 0. So we need to come up with factors of a negative 84 that add up to a 5. You are going to have to do this on the no calculator part, so you may want to brush up on your divisibility rules. Our sum is a positive, which means the smaller number is the one that has to be a negative. So we have a negative 1 times 84. We have a negative 2 times 42. 3 divides it, and you have negative 3 and 28. 4 divides it, 21. 5 divides it, nope, 5 does not divide it. 6 divides it, 14. And 7 divides it, 12. We need to get to a positive 5. Those are going to be our factors. So now we can write this as x minus 7 times x plus 12 equals 0. And then you know you have to solve each of these separately. X minus 7 equals 0, and x plus 12 equals 0. So our choices are x equals 7 and x equals negative 12. Well, it can't be that one. We can reject that one because you can never have a length that's negative. And if you were to substitute negative 12 for x, that would mean that your length is negative 12, and that can't be. So that leaves us with 7. That means that this rectangle has a length of 7 and a width of 7 plus 5. It asked us only to find the width. So our width is 12. The next question is asking us, what is a prime trinomial over the set of integers? The question that you're actually going to get is you're going to get a couple different trinomials, and you're going to have to determine which ones are prime. All prime means is they cannot be factored. So if you have x squared plus 4x plus 4, that is not prime because there are factors of positive 4 that add up to a positive 4. It's just 2 and 2. So this would be x plus 2 times x plus 2. You could have x squared minus 6x minus 27. that is not prime because you have factors of negative 27 that add up to 6. And that could be a negative 9 and a positive 3. So anything prime would be something that you cannot factor. So you could have x squared plus 2x plus 3. There are no factors of 3 that add up to 2. So this would be prime. So just be able to tell whether or not a polynomial, or I'm sorry, a quadratic equation is prime. If it cannot be factored over integers, meaning you only have integers in your parentheses, then it is prime over integers.